PendoTECH, a leader in innovative process equipment for the biopharmaceutical industry, proudly presents its line of single-use UV absorbance sensors and the associated photometers and accessories. The PendoTECH line of products that facilitates measuring absorbance properties of a liquid flowing within a tube is successful in a range of applications. UV absorbance measurement can be used as an analytical tool because of the known absorptivity of the molecule or a group of similar molecules at a specific wavelength. This is a technique used extensively in many lab and process applications. The measurement can identify the absence or presence of the molecule of interest. Proteins, for example, are often measured at a wavelength of 280 nanometers in a liquid solution and other wavelengths for other types of molecules. And under the correct conditions, the concentration can be measured. The single-use sensor, in combination with a photometer, monitor, transmitter, enables measurement of liquid within the tube in the range of 0 to 2 absorption units. Their unique properties and features make them amenable for use in many applications in the biopharmaceutical industry. In bioprocess applications where cross-contamination and/or extensive cleaning protocols are undesirable, the PendoTECH product line enables the measurement in line during a process to be made without the need for cleaning and calibration. The single-use UV absorbance sensors are particularly useful in a chromatography process commonly used in bioprocess operations, where the absorbance over time is measured to monitor and control the process. These single-use sensors have a patented revolutionary design that allows the parts of the product that come in contact with the fluid to be disposable. The light source shines through a glass lens on the wall, and any transmitted light not absorbed travels to the other side, where there is another glass lens and a light detector to make the quantitative measurement. Optical couplers are installed on the single-use flow cell to focus the light across the fluid path. The stream to be measured flows between the lenses by way of tubing attached to the ends of the flow cell. Although designed to be disposable, these sensors are robust enough to be repeatedly cleaned and reused. Stainless steel flow cell options are available, including a low hold-up cell for research where working volumes and flow rates are low. And there is a variable path link cell targeted at research applications where the user wants to vary the path link to measure concentration. Only PendoTECH can boast of design benefits such as low hold-up volume and no dead legs, no calibration requirements, complete process containment, and from an ergonomic perspective, lightweight design, no obstruction to the fluid path, and they easily connect to process tubing. All product contact materials pass USP Class 6 testing. They are compatible with gamma irradiation. In addition, they have a 3-year shelf life. The photometer has a single wavelength light source that is generated by a light-emitting diode, most often referred to as an LED. LED generates minimum heat as compared to a lamp and has a lifetime of greater than 5 years. The lenses embedded on the wall of the flow cell are made of fused silica glass, which is ultra-pure glass with no impurities to absorb the light which would interfere with measurements. No calibration is required on the flow cell because it only serves as a window to the process. And because it is symmetrical in design, it facilitates ease of use. And being a precision molded part, the lens is installed in the correct location during the assembly process. Then the final flow cell is tested to be leak-free and have the proper clarity before being released from manufacturing. The assembly process is done in a clean room rated ISO Class 7 in an ISO 13485 facility. Completed sensors then undergo a number of tests in manufacturing, including to be leak-free and have the proper clarity. The photometer provides the light source at a specific wavelength, most often 280 nanometers, but a wide range of other wavelengths can be specified. It also contains the photodetector, which determines how much light has passed through the light that was incident on the liquid in the cell. The light travels to the flow cell through special non-UV light-absorbing fiber optic cable and returns to the detector also through a second fiber. There are two versions of the photometer, one designed for benchtop use and one for remote mounting inside an industrial cabinet. On the lab version, the photometer comes with a 24-volt power supply that can be plugged into any wall outlet. The analog output is designed to be connected to an external device for viewing, logging, and trending. The 4 to 20 milliamp analog output is by default to the range of 0 to 2 absorption units. The photometer has a tare input that sets the baseline absorption as determined by the user to 0 absorbance units. This would also correspond to 4 milliamps on the transmitter output. For remote mounting inside an industrial cabinet, all electrical signals reside on a screw terminal connector, the power, the output signal, and the tare input. The output is typically connected to a process controller such as a PLC or Delta V. There are two options for mounting within an industrial cabinet. One is directly mounting on the inside wall of the cabinet where the optical ports on the photometer protrude through the cabinet wall. In this case, the photometer has a flangeless base. The second option is mounting the unit somewhere within the cabinet using the base with the flange. In this case, connectors are installed into the wall to facilitate the connection of fiber optic cables on both sides of the connectors. This allows for the passage of light to and from the photometer through the wall. For applications where two different wavelengths are desired to obtain two different measurements from one flow cell, there is a dual wavelength photometer that alternates the readings every second. This unit has two analog outputs, one dedicated to each wavelength measurement. An example of a device receiving the photometer output signal is an analog input channel on a Pressure Mat Plus. The Pressure Mat Plus models offer the ability to read a combination of up to 4 total inputs of pressure, flow, and analog inputs. The analog input captures the reading from the photometer output, and the user sets the 4 to 20 milliamp range of the device to 0 and 2 and sets the units to AUs. The absorbance reading now will appear on the receiving device, labeled with proper units of measure, and can be viewed and logged. PendoTECH offers the PMAT Plus GUI software package that can be used to trend the data real-time and log the data to file for future use. This software can also log data simultaneously from the Pressure Mat or the Pressure Mat Plus monitor and one scale, creating a very powerful and inexpensive data acquisition system. The PendoTECH CMONT conductivity temperature sensor monitor can also be connected to the computer. Then, its data readings appear at the bottom of the setup view for a total of 9 possible data readings. The Start Process Data Collection button commences the data logging by naming the file and selecting OK from the standard Windows dialog box. The data file fields become disabled as the data file is now formatted. The Trends view is loaded with features, including a pick list to choose the data to be displayed and manual or automatic scaling of the X and Y axes. The Trends view allows viewing and documentation of process changes and also demonstrates the responsiveness of the UV photometer to rapid changes in the absorbance as fluid enters the flow cell. Data can be exported for quick analysis, and notes can be entered that are logged into the data file. Past readings can be viewed by moving the yellow cursor. The data file is opened with Excel, and the recorded data and notes can be viewed. Even though no calibration is required, there is an optional test rig to verify proper performance of the photometer. The fiber optic cables from the photometer are connected to the rig, and the light filters from the kit are placed into the holder on the rig, and the absorbance is verified across a range of known AU values of each filter. The filters come with a document that shows their absorbance value for the NIST calibrated spectrometer across a range of wavelengths. PendoTECH customers can search our website for the sensor that meets their needs. They can review the offering by products or key applications. The UV sensor is shown at the outlet of the chromatography column and is important to monitor in this process for proper product recovery. There is basic information listed with options to click on a link to learn more about the product details. PendoTECH prides itself on being a leader in single-use sensors for the biopharma industry. We're committed to meeting the specialized needs of life science laboratories and biopharmaceutical manufacturers. From live customer support with our trained staff to our 24-hour online video support, we're ready to serve your needs.